Are you starting to get the itch? Do you feel like you need to make some trades in your Dynasty League? I've got 6 players you should either be buying or selling right now. We're going to kick things off with Monangi. Now, you can take this as a buy Monangi, or you can take this as a sell DeAndre Swift. Whichever way you have it, DeAndre Swift has been poor. Yes, he got home for fantasy with the touchdown last week, but the Bears were already starting to pivot away from him. Monangi saw a 40% running back rush last week, and he ran a route on 37.5% of pass plays. It may take another week or two, but Monangi is going to be taking over this backfield. Right now, as you can see on screen, DLF have got him at running back 73, keep trade cut at running back 49. You can buy him for an early 3rd round pick. I'm happy to speculate, send 2/3, maybe even get him in as a throw-in in a bigger deal. But I think he's a player that you're going to want on as many rosters as you can over the next couple of weeks. One player I'm pivoting away from, though, David Montgomery. It feels like the end is coming. As you can see, still priced up as a running back 2/3 on our favorite Dynasty platforms. People still think this is a 50-50 backfield split in Detroit, but I'm sorry, it's not. This is a 60-40 Jahmyr Gibbs workload. Over the last 2 weeks, in terms of snaps, targets, routes, and carries, it's leaning that way. David Montgomery is slowly being phased out, and the bottom could fall out very quickly. He's a declining asset, and I think that now is the time to get out and get whatever you can. If you can get any 2nd round pick, I would take that. Keep trade cut. I've got him valued at a mid-2026 2nd round pick, so I would love that deal right now. The next guy we're going to talk about, though, he's not even on the radar of people. He's probably sat on someone's IR spot. Jalen Coker. As you can see, keep trade cut, wide receiver 64. Probably get him for a late 2nd round pick. This is less about Jalen Coker and more about what the other wide receivers outside of Tatori and McMillan are doing in Carolina. Xavier Legette is doing himself out of a job every time he steps on the field. Hunter Renfrow, off the back of 2 touchdowns, he is not the long-term answer. Jalen Coker was looking fantastic in camp. He had a good finish to rookie season last year, and I think he's going to be the wide receiver 2. Largely playing out of the slot, could potentially get some flanker work as well. I think it's worth buying whilst he's not on people's radar, and if you can get him for a late 2nd, maybe even a couple of 3rds, I think that's a sensible deal. I would be looking to go in, targeting another player, and potentially pivoting to Jalen Coker. You don't want to alert people to the fact that you're trying to buy Coker now before he comes back off IR. If you're finding us for the first time, welcome in. Hit that subscribe button. You will not regret it. Dynasty, Redraft, Best Ball, and of course DFS. We've got everything covered that you will need to bring home championships. The next sell is Josh Down. Had a decent week for fantasy this week, but that is why now is the time to pivot. Yes, okay, he got there, but less than 60% of snaps again this week. He ran a route on 60% of plays. The reason he got there this week, 35% targets per route run. That just is not sustainable. With Warren balling out, with Michael Pittman getting a large proportion of those first read targets, Down sadly is the odd man out. This one hurts me. I'm a big Josh Downs fan. I think he's incredibly talented, but I just don't think this offense is set up to allow him to feast. And I think that he can't play on the outside, so he is limited to that slot-only role. Where the Colts are leaning more towards some 2 tight end sets, it means Josh Downs is sadly the guy to miss out. So I like pivoting him off him now. I think if you can get wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 prices, I think it's a sensible move to make because I think he is going to be a declining asset as this season continues. Mid-2026 2nd round pick, keep trade cut. I've got him valued as. I would be happy to grab any 2nd round pick for him right now. The final player I am looking to buy, though, I've been hyping him all preseason. Hopefully you've been listening and got some shares, but Woody Marks, it feels like it's starting to happen. He saw a big uptick in snaps from week 1 to week 2, up to 26% of snaps this week. Nick Chubb is just not the answer. I think Joe Mixon's potentially done for the year. Woody Marks is the ascending asset. I feel like over the next couple of weeks, like Monangi, maybe it's better to get in a week early, but I feel like he's going to be taking over this backfield. If you can get him for a 1st, maybe a couple of 3rds, that's the price you want to be paying. The same as Monangi. Maybe go out and try and buy them both for the same price, because I think that within 3, maybe 4 weeks, they're going to be 2 flex plays, RB2s with upside, and I'd rather be early than late on those. And finally, it's time to get negative. It's time to roll out and read the obituary for Mark Andrews' fantasy career. I'm officially starting it. Mark Andrews is just touchdowns or nothing. He played 80% of snaps. He was 78% of routes this week. He was fantastic in terms of the underlying numbers. But the target's just not there. 11.5% targets per route run. He just doesn't command the same volume. And hello, Isaiah likely is on the horizon. He'll be coming back soon. And there's plenty of other tight ends that I think can I get Chika Okonkwo, someone like that. Those are the players that I think are touchdown reliant. Keep Trade Cut, I've got my tight end 16, saying you can still get a second round pick for him right now. I'd be gobsmacked if you can get a second round pick, but I'd happily take 2 late thirds. Maybe you can pivot off Mark Andrews, go and get Woody Marks, maybe go and get Monangi, something like that. That's 6 players. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're able to make any of these trades, let me know. I love nothing more than hearing about you going out and putting my advice into action. And of course, hit the subscribe button. We'll have our rankings video dropping very, very soon.